r/AskReddit, what is something a president did that personally affected you negatively? Go, you chicken fat. Go. Back before he was the president, Ronald Reagan apparently personally had a relative of mine fired from their state, California, job when that relative wrote a letter to the editor that was published that was critical of a policy that Reagan had put forward. To pile onto good ol' Ronnie's gone bedtime, if it weren't for this dipshit, my mental illness and I would probably be in a lot better position than we are now. Alzheimer's was karma. No. Fucking. Notes. George W. Bush's No Child Left Behind Act. I'm on the spectrum, and No Child Left Behind put such an emphasis on every class getting a certain average that the teachers pressured my parents to put me in special ed. You were the no child. Can you Eli 5 why is special ed a worse place for someone on the spectrum? Trump limited mortgage interest deductions in 2017. Also the home office deduction, right? Right before everybody went to work from home. Obama gave a speech at my college in 2010 and he caused a massive traffic jam and large swaths of our campus became inaccessible and/or very difficult to access to for an entire day. The whole procession made me late to one of my lab classes hours before he was even scheduled to speak. Thanks, Obama. I was cleaning up after a hurricane. Sent group out to get lunches, they didn't come back. Sent another group out to get more garbage bags and bleach, they didn't come back. It was dark, so we had to stop working, no power. Our cars couldn't get out. Fucking presidential motorcade stopped all traffic in the middle of hurricane cleanup for 4 hours. Gerald Ford punched me in the nuts. Dude was so kind and even-tempered. You must have really deserved it. Grover Cleveland spanked me on 2 non-consecutive occasions. Reagan changed SSI survivors' benefits for children to stop at 18 instead of 21. Those benefits were important for my mom and I to cover my tuition and it made it harder for me to swing college. My family and I are from Canada, and we decided we would spend Christmas one year in Hawaii. We had a great time, by the way, what a fantastic place to visit. During the trip home, there was a delay in our flight leaving because Air Force One had to leave, and they get priority and all the air traffic gets grounded. President Obama is the only American president who has ever personally inconvenienced me. Thanks to that piece of shit Bolsonaro and his attitude towards COVID, 700,000 people died in Brazil. A few of those were family members. I'm from Belarus and same. Lukashenko denied that the virus existed, then denied it was serious and then still used it when it was convenient, e.g. people were forbidden from protesting election results in 2020 because of COVID protocols. Can't imagine how many people actually died because he also ordered all mortality statistic for the last few years to be scrapped. A man in Arkansas owned an abusive Christian school, when he finally went to prison. Trump pardoned him. It had been 15 years since I went to that school. I didn't know I could be broken any further. But that news broke me. I hate Trump. He's a pedo advocate, a Nazi, barely human garbage. I thought Gov Huckabee had something to do with it too. A program my child's college offered for training teachers pursuing math education. We selected this college based on this program. It was a joint venture between a few selected colleges and the National Science Foundation. It was one of the first things the Trump administration cut. People don't realize that this is what happens when the president visits the aftermath cleanup, but they'll complain endlessly that the president doesn't care because they didn't personally go there. British example, the current Prime Minister's choice to make it harder to bring foreign members of your family into the country has meant that I have to look into leaving the UK entirely since my fiancé is now unable to join me here. Anyone voting Tory in any country is a knob end. I was in sales in my past job and the Brexit vote passing ruined a big deal I was working on for months. Kind of roundabout way, but Trump did a rally that blocked up traffic on the interstate causing my wreck in which my husband died. I'm so sorry. Richard Nixon broke into my house at night and wrecked the place up. Aroo. I assume he's familiar with audio tape? Trump made my dad, who was an asshole within the margins, feel justified in being a bigger asshole. I've had to throw out my red choir hat and Punisher t-shirt. I'm a cancer survivor and the current Mexican president got rid of a special insurance that paid for every follow-up test and treatment I need since my cancer was very aggressive. Due to this now I have to pay out of pocket every test, every consult, absolutely everything. I know people who haven't been able to afford chemo and therefore have died. I think all the political discourse of the last 10 years has affected me negatively. I've become more cynical, less motivated, and more anxious. Bailouts. They hurt every taxpayer. The people are the safety net for the corporations. They've all done it for as long as anybody alive has been alive. Reagan lied to and subsequently fired my father, an air traffic controller. Then an airport was named after him. So embarrassing. Naming the airport after him was such an F you to your dad and all those people. Grover Cleveland spanked Grandpa Simpson on 2 non-consecutive occasions. If I had a nickel for every former president who has spanked a Simpson. Stacked the Supreme Court with assholes who made it legal to let me die in a hospital parking lot simply for having a miscarriage or an ectopic pregnancy. That fucker really did a lot to destroy the country and risk the lives of hundreds of millions of Americans. You'd be hard-pressed to find an enemy of the country that has done more damage than the Cheeto Mussolini. Except maybe Reagan, who paved the ride for this asshole. President Biden came to New York City and shut down a huge portion of the Upper East Side. I was trying to get to urgent care for a cancer-related issue and it took me over an hour of extra time due to all the closed streets. Congress under the Reagan administration imposed taxes on Social Security payments. No Child Left Behind directly affected my teaching and which kids were promoted. This seems to defeat the point of Social Security. Increasing the retirement age from 65 to 67 was another blow to Social Security under Reagan. Now, everyone who works for a living has to work 2 extra years, and their SS benefits are worth much less now that they are taxed. Barack Obama kicked my dad out of his office so he could use it as a campaign office back in 2008. My dad had to move to a much smaller office several floors down. I love Obama, but yes, that really happened. Obama gave me free healthcare. I'm a veteran. I am so thankful. It came about 2 years too late to avoid me dropping out of college because of huge medical bills. But, still. Just have birth to my second baby and it cost me $0. Don't let anyone tell you socialized medicine isn't awesome, it fucking is. Obama made my marriage legal, smiley face. Brainwashed people I loved and turned them into unrecognizable illogical raving assholes. Fuck Trump, I hope he gets rabies. Oh, this made me laugh out loud. A single president? Not much. I'm more annoyed about the systematic failure of our political leaders that brought us to this hellscape. It's a feature, not a bug. As a parent, I hate No Child Left Behind as well. My ex and I had to fight tooth and nail to get our son held back even though it was obvious how much it would help him. They just kept saying we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It was infuriating. Damn right. Guess who is doing great though? I had never seen politically motivated racism or hatred against people like me in my own city before Trump. I've seen plenty of homophobic and racist signs with MAGA or Trump attached to it. Never seen that personally before 2016. Not to mention the internet and TV hate, but that doesn't necessarily affect me. Woke up the angry with their own lives so they have to take it out on everyone else crowd and allow them to get louder than they already were. Now it involves the highest court in the land trying to make it clear the people's voice isn't worth hearing and the removal of healthcare rights along with some upcoming cases that are going to mess with everyone this summer. Clinton and Bush made me do fitness tests. I took that personally. The Fitness Gram Pacer test. I'm a fat dude, and I was a fat kid. This audio link is a form of psychological trauma. And AMP, #X200B. I'm in Australia, BTW. How did it reach here? Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.